bring you back to Ventura College for the men's matchup. L.A. Pierce here at Ventura to take on the Pirates. For the Pirates, Marcus Watson, Kai Johnson, Max Kadlec, Anthony Garza, and Daniel Crocker in the starting lineup. So Kadlec in the starting lineup. Expect to see Adrian McIntyre relatively quickly coming off the bench to make out that formidable first five for the Pirates here this season. Meanwhile, for Pierce, they'll come back with Gabe Abbott, J.T. Thompson, Jason Moore, Jaden Williams, and Dominic Williams. And we are underway from Ventura. Pirates and the Brahmas. And the Pirates coming in 19-6. They're 7-2 in conference. They won their last time out at Moore Park, avenging a loss earlier in the season to the Raiders here at home, winning that one by 21, 94-73. Garza hacked underneath. He'll go to the line for a couple of free throws. Meanwhile, L.A. Pierce coming in 0-24 on the season. Obviously 0-8 in conference play. And we talked to Charles White earlier this week and talked about the formidable challenge coming in here to take on the Pirates. And he was forthright, said, hey, all we can do is just keep on grinding. And you just keep on working at it, and why not win this one? Somewhere along the line, you're going to get the win, and you just show up, you play hard, and if we do our job, we can be in this one, and then you never know. 1 out of 2 for Garza. A 1-0 lead for the Pirates, just underway. Pirates looking to keep the momentum going, and of course for the Pirates in this one, they, similar to the women's team, are certainly going to be part of the postseason, but can they secure a home game to start the postseason, perhaps even a couple of home games in what figures to be a tremendously crowded and challenging playoff field here in the 3C2A. Johnson has that pass stolen by Jason Moore. So a good steal for Moore. And obviously, for the Pirates to stumble in a game like this would be devastating. To those goals, the runner up and good. J.T. Thompson on the drive with the left hand. And the Pirates down 2-1 on the hoop by Thompson. So the Pirates need to take care of business here. Johnson has that shot partially blocked by Moore. It's loose underneath. Crocker keeps it alive. Missed on the follow. It's still loose. They battle down low, and it's out to Watson. Crocker in the corner, high arcer, rimming no. Rebound off to Johnson, open from 10 feet, and that's good. Kai Johnson on the offensive glass. (3-2). Dominic Williams holding outside. Off to J.T. Thompson. Brahmas, as you might expect, Thompson pulls up from 15, rims no good. Rebound off to Johnson, as you might expect. They've really been bedeviled by injuries this season as well, losing as many as 3 key players who have been redshirted this season from early on. So it's a depleted team and really struggling here this season, but remain optimistic, getting some players back into the fold, and you can quickly turn it around here in the 3C2A. Be interesting to see where the Brahmas are next year. Moore going coast to coast, hangs in the air but missed the layup. Garza has the rebound. Pirates with the 1-point lead in the ball. Johnson back to Watson, and with the shot clock at 21, the Pirates will look to set up. Kadlec. Garza flashes down low, hangs in the air, shot off the glass, too strong. Rebound inside from Crocker, and he's fouled. I'll tell you, Crocker is just a beast on the boards. How good are the Pirates on the board? If you consider McIntyre as part of the starting 5, which he often is, 4 of the 5 Pirate starters are averaging better than 6 rebounds a game in conference play. With Crocker in the lineup to go along with Garza, Johnson, and Watson, The Pirates are an incredibly strong rebounding team as Crocker misses on the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Meanwhile, Tony and Gia checks in to replace Kai Johnson. And now here comes Nuloe to replace Crocker. So we're only 3 minutes in. No Adrian McIntyre yet, and McIntyre has been battling a nagging leg injury. So there is every possibility that McIntyre might not be available tonight. We might not see him at all. He has been held out of some games this year to rest that injury and continue to recuperate. Pressure from the Pirates. More outside. Williams for three off the back iron and the long rebound to Nuloe. Three from the wing. Garza with the offensive rebound, but the pass gets through and out of play. It's going to stay. No, it's going to go to Pierce. Nuloe had that one slip through his hands. 30-second timeout, 16-19 remaining here in the first half, just underway. The Pirates with the 4-2 lead. The lead for the Pirates. And the Brahmas will work at the length of the court. Pirates showing full court pressure. And Moore gets it off to Thompson. Thompson checked by Cadlick. Thompson directs traffic out front around a Williams screen. Off to Moore in the weave. Moore comes up shooting and hitting from three. Moore from way downtown. And the Brahmas go back out in front 5-4. 2-3 zone for the Brahmas. And Gia open for three, no good. Garza comes up with the offensive rebound. Watson outside off to Cadlick. Cadlick looked like he stepped on the sideline, and he did. See if we have a shot of this here. Let's watch and see if we have Cadlick on the sideline. And yeah, that foot goes back there, the right foot. And Cadlick perhaps losing sight of exactly where he was on the floor. Commits the turnover, 5-4. Brahmas with the lead and the ball. Second meeting of the season between these two teams. They met back on January 14th. Ventura winning that one, going away 104-65. Moore on the drive, hangs in the air. Shot rims off. Battle for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and it'll belong to Ventura. Moore will lead the way offensively for the Brahmas, averaging over 16 a game in conference play. Really taking over as offensive option number one for the Brahmas. Unlike the women's team that we saw earlier here tonight, Watson on the drive around Thompson, lays it up and in. The Jets of Marcus Watson, who steps in front for the steal. The pass off to Dewuji, who missed the layup. Rebound on the floor. Watson doing it all, has the rebound. They bring the double team, and Watson lost it out of bounds. Well, Watson got going about 100 miles an hour on that one with the layup, with the rebound and the steal, but then lost the handle and finished it off with the turnover, giving it back to Pierce, 6-5 in favor of the Pirates. To finish the point, we saw the women's team for the Brahmas as Abbott Tries to drive on Nuloe. Outside, more traveled. Had 5 players go in that one. But the Brahmas, the men's team, still pretty stocked. Again, lost 3 players to red shirts earlier in the year. So that depleted them somewhat, but they're still going a good about 9 to 11 deep. So Charles White still has some options. Abbott pokes it free. And a steal by Williams. They'll get it back out. The Pirates had the steal. Abbott with the steal himself, and he lays it up and in. Gabe Abbott with the layup. Gives the Brahmas the lead at 7-6. Watson. And Gia open for 3. That's good. Tony and Gia with the triple. First 3 for Ngia. Pirates back up 2. Thompson. They bring the double team. And a steal by Watson. Watson in from the right. Lays it up and in. Let's watch the work here as Watson reads the pass and finishes on the break. Pirates push the lead to 4. Timeout on the floor. Step aside. Seven in favor of Ventura. Just over 13 minutes remaining here in the first half. They try the long pass, and Watson playing safety. Gets back, makes the steal, and Gia drives the lane. Still in a crowd, back outside. Now Ngia will try for 3, rimming no. Nuloe knifes in for the offensive rebound. Watson will fire for 3, rimming no. Abbott pulls down the rebound. For the Brahmas, couple of looks for the Pirates. Kind of a stagnant start for Ventura. In our coverage here on the VC Sports Network, the Pirates have been predictably good at home. Thompson's 3 brings rain. And 3 points for the Brahmas, 11-10. Back within 1. But if nothing else, the Pirates, win or lose, have been getting off to extremely fast starts, especially here at home. Not so tonight. They lead it by just 1. Nuloe. And a foul called as Kendrick Alexander has checked in. That'll be his first foul. Alexander spent much of the season in the starting lineup, but Charles White shaking things up of late, moving players in and out of the lineup, trying to find the right combination for the Brahmas to get in the win column. And he brings Alexander off the bench here again tonight. Alexander came off the bench in the loss earlier this week against Santa Barbara. That was a 5-point loss. That's the closest the Brahmas have been to a win this season. Arguably their best effort on the year, but they fell a little short. Falling 77-72 at Santa Barbara. And of course, Santa Barbara will be here at Ventura Saturday night here on the VC Sports Network. More pressure in the backcourt for the Pirates. Isaiah Salim has that pass intercepted. Salim, another player who spent some time in the starting lineup but now coming off the bench. Charles White talking about that being a great move for Isaiah Salim, who has really taken to it, preferring to get a sense of the game from the bench, get a feel for the speed, pace of the game. and then come in off the bench. And he has really excelled in the role. Foul called on Salim, his first. Pirates will bring it in. Dewuji. Watson. And Gia for three. Tony and Gia with a couple of threes here in the early going, and the Pirates have the 14-10 lead. Salim working against the pressure of Ngia. Wants a screen from Alexander. Picked up by Nuloe in a switch. Good pressure from Watson. Moore with the fadeaway. That's good. That is pretty from Jason Moore. And you could see the talent of Jason Moore on a couple of these shots early. Working on Nuloe. Another extremely strong defender. And that is pretty from Jason Moore. 14-12. Dewuji for three, short. Bidlow tries to keep it alive and does. Nuloe able to pick it up off the deck, and he traveled. And we'll see this one here. And it's a good job by the Brahmas defensively, surrounding Nuloe with the triple team, but not committing the foul. And Nuloe eventually trying to work his way free. Shuffled his feet. Moore's high arcer. Rim's no good. Alexander battling for the board, but Nuloe pulls it down. And Gia, nobody stops the ball. He's into the lane, leaves it for Nuloe. In a crowd, forces one up. Rims off, no good. Poke steal from Watson. Watson gets it back. Too strong with the layup, but he's fouled. And watch there, it's Salim coming in. And that's Watson. I mean, yes, of course, he's got the ridiculous speed, but that's a crafty play as well, using his body to shield off Salim, who has no choice but to commit the foul, but Watson misses the first free throw. And with 9:43 remaining here in the first half as Garza returns, the Pirate lead is just 2. First meeting between these two teams back on January 14th, the Pirates carried a 28-point lead into the break at 48-20, and they cruised from there. But they dominated early and took control. Not so far tonight. Salim working against Dewuji. Brings it back outside. Back to his left into the lane. Runner good. Looking for the signal here. Is Salim getting to the line? This is going to be a three-point opportunity. Dewuji commits the foul. And got just the tail end of that one. But Salim with a good crossover. And he is a player who can definitely fill it up. Free throw, Karam's off. 15-14, the Pirates maintain the lead. And Gia splits the double team. And we'll bring it back out. Watson with Johnson, Garza, Nuloe, and Gia on the floor. Nuloe on the feed by Garza. Anthony Garza, an exceptional passer out of the low post. That is nothing new. And he finds Nuloe. Alexander's three is good.
3 points,
Kendrick Alexander ties it up. 8:44 and counting. And Moore has to steal. And Gia trying to get back. Moore missed the dunk. No foul. The long rebound out to Watson. So the Pirates catch a break. They're still tied. Another dangerous pass, and Gia drives the lane to the rim. Shot around and out, but a foul called. Alexander with his second personal, the 6th foul on L.A. Pierce. The Pirates have just one here so far in the first half, and Tony and Gia will head to the line. So Gia out of Cameroon. Originally comes to Ventura from San Marcos. So a little more local. Second free throw in the air, in the basket. Pirates on top, 19-17. Well, if you're Charles White and the Brahmas, this is exactly what you're looking for. You just want to hang around in this one. Salim pops for three. It's too strong. Rebound off to Watson. Garza leading the break. Tries to feed Johnson, but that one's stripped and stolen. 3-on-3 back the other way. The hook pass saved to Salim. Good feed underneath. Alexander's floater is up and good. Alexander ties it up at 19. First things first, if you're the Brahmas, you'd love to just get into the second half and still be in the game. Charging call on Nuloe. And Michael Nuloe perhaps just a little out of control. And that's a terrific job defensively. A.J. Werner beats Nuloe to the spot. And the offensive foul gives it back to Pierce. 7:44 to go in the opening half. All tied at 19 on the VC Sports Network. .44 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 19. Pirates and the Brahmas. Salim will bring it in. Salim, another interesting story. Took a year off from basketball out of high school and then missed another year in the COVID year. So he's still getting his bearings back in the game, high off the glass with the left hand, and scores to give the Brahmas the lead. But he's got all kinds of talent, but it's a little bit of a rust, and he's reacquainting himself with the game after a couple of long layoffs away from the game. 21-19. The trap giving the Pirates some trouble. And Gia puts it on the floor. Off to Garza, they bring the double team. Garza in the corner, shot clock at 7. Skips it across to Watson, drives the lane, shot off the glass, partially blocked. Garza with the follow and the dunk to tie it at 21. Well, Watson does a good job of getting to the rim, but Garza stays after it. Watch here. Garza has this one tipped to him, right spot, right time. And with the flush, tied at 21, back live. And Pierce back out in front. You see Alexander with the follow. Good, Andy's fouled, and he'll head to the line. Kendrick Alexander coming off the bench, along with Salim, and giving the Brahmas a lift. 3-point play gives the Brahmas a 24-21 lead. Under 7 to go in the first half. New Lowy, Garza, and a foul. That's a tremendous half-court set. When these two teams met back on January 14th, Garza finished with 24 in the game, 11 of 12 from the floor. So the Brahmas having all kinds of problems dealing with Anthony Garza. And certainly, if you give him opportunities like that, he's not going to miss too many as Abbott commits the foul. Garza looking for the tie. Rimming no. So the Brahmas maintain the 1-point lead. 24-23. Salim picked up by New Lowy. Abbott outside. Shot clock at 18. Thompson back on. Moore, little stutter step, comes up shooting from 15 and hitting. Jason Moore with the soft touch, and the Brahmas back out in front by 3. They continue in the half-court trap, and Gia's hit a couple of threes already. Back outside, New Lowy. High post, not on the same page with Crocker. Turnover gives it back. DeWushi will come on, and I think at this point it's safe to say that Adrian McIntyre not available tonight for the Pirates. Haven't seen him yet. So the Pirates without their leading scorer, and they find themselves down 3. Salim picked up by Garza in a switch. Alexander spins back to his left and a reach-in foul on New Lowy. And Alexander going to head to the line for a couple of free throws. Alexander already leads the Brahmas with 8 points. Still perfect on the game so far, 3 for 3 from the floor. And he'll head to the line. And misses the first. 5.5 to go here in the first half. And the Brahmas trying to set the stage for what would have to be considered a pretty monumental upset. Of course, we've got forever to go, still in the first half, but this would be a whopper. Quick feed to New Lowy, and Gia wide open for 3. Off the back iron, long rebound, tracked down by Alexander. Salim jets into the front court. Back outside, Abbott traveled. So Thompson with Salim, Moore, Alexander, and Abbott on the floor for the Brahmas. New Lowy back on. So Ngia along with Crocker, New Lowy, DeWushi, and Garza. Big lineup on the floor for the Pirates. Joey Ramirez still looking for the right combination himself here tonight. Pirates down 4. Salim commits the foul out front. Brahmas are in the penalty, so that'll be a 1-and-1 for Ngia. So Ngia, an 80% foul shooter, hits the first. One more coming for Tony Ngia. Obviously seeing a bigger role here tonight with McIntyre unavailable. And he's stepped up nicely. He's got 10 to lead the Pirates here in the first half. Dominic Williams leaves it for Thompson. Thompson over the line. Back outside. Shot clock at 19. Alexander out front, checked by Garza. Goes to the crossover. Garza poked it free. DeWuji hits the deck. We'll have a tie-up. The possession arrow favors Pierce, so the Brahmas will keep it. 4:23 remaining here in the first half. Haven't seen a whole lot of Kai Johnson. Got the start tonight, but Johnson hit the bench a while ago. And no fouls. But Johnson's had a long stint on the bench. Thompson, shot clock at 4. Picks it up. Now he's got to force one up there, and he traveled. So JT Thompson, a freshman with the turnover. Interesting season for Thompson coming in as a freshman in the starting lineup early, but Charles White talking about JT having some trouble with turnovers early on in the season. Had a short stint on the bench, but he's come back into the starting lineup and been much better, taking care of the basketball. And the stretch allowing him to watch the game a little bit more, really been helpful in this his freshman season. And he's picked it up of late. Abbott can't find the handle, the ball out of bounds. Another turnover for the Brahmas. And with under 4 minutes to go, the Pirates can tie it or take the lead with a long one. Crocker off to DeWuji. Garza flashes high. Skip pass from Nuloe, and Gia starts a drive on Salim. Drops a pass down low. That is pretty to Garza. Anthony Garza with the finish. But that is tremendous patience from Ngia as the Pirates tie it up at 27. It's a critical stretch, particularly for the Brahmas, who've had a strong first half to stay in this one. But the Pirates, definitely a team that can hit you with a big run and in a hurry as Williams buries the jumper. Give the Brahmas a 2-point lead. One of the things we often talk about. Last 5 minutes of the first half as Crocker off the good feed lays it up and in. But the last 5 minutes of the first half, first 5 minutes of the second half, so critical in any game. Salim drives the lane. Garza commits the foul. Brahmas hanging around in this one. The Pirates would no doubt love to go on a run late in this first half, gain some momentum, maybe put a bit of doubt in the collective minds of the Brahmas heading into the second half of whether or not they can hang around in this one. 2:49 to go in the first half, all tied up on the VC Sports Network. Isaiah Salim will head to the line. With the game tied at 29. 2:49 remaining here in the first half. Salim's free throw is good. One more coming. For Isaiah Salim. 1 out of 2 for Salim. Under 3 minutes to go. Brahmas have it back lead it by one. Salim around an Alexander screen. Alexander pops. He'll fire for three. Rimming no good. Dewuji snaps down the board. Winding down to 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Dewuji feeds it high to Garza. They bring the double. Crocker, good position down low. Spins right, lays it up and in. Double pump from Crocker, who's had a quiet night so far. Crocker with 5. Just 1 rebound. Alexander, meanwhile, all alone, lays it in. Brahmas go back out in front, 32-31. Crocker's pass tipped by Moore. They'll stay with Ventura, shot clock at 19. Watson returning. And they get it into Garza. Reach in foul on Williams. Again, the Brahmas in the penalty. So Garza going to head to the line. Anthony Garza averaging 12.2 points a game. He's a 62% foul shooter. And he'll head to the line. Garza averaging 18 a game in conference play. Hits the front end to tie it up at 32. 1:19 remaining in the first half. Garza's second free throw, no good. 1 out of 2 for Garza, tied at 32. Moore around an Abbott screen. Dewuji on him. Garza reaches in, but the travel call on Moore. That is good help from Anthony Garza, and Moore commits the turnover. 1:07 remaining here in the first half, and now the Pirates can go back out in front. Crocker on the give and go, has it go through his hands, and ends up with Abbott, and the Pirates commit the foul in the backcourt. The Pirates still under the limit, just their 6th-team foul, so non-shooting. And Salim will bring it in. Well, that was a chance for the Pirates, but a somewhat uncharacteristic, careless turnover. Pass too strong for Crocker, through his hands, and the chance goes by the wayside. Moore on the drive on Crocker, foul. Ball hangs, it goes in. This is a 3-point chance for Moore with the soft touch. Let's watch here as Jason Moore continues to impress. And yeah, there's the reach. A little follow through for Crocker, gets him on the arm. It's the second foul on Crocker. And Moore with the free throw gives the Brahmas the 3-point lead. Under 40 seconds to go. It's about an 8-second difference, shot clock and game clock. And Gia to Crocker. Gets it back. They're continuing to help on Garza down low. In the zone, Garza spins, baseline, fake, shot up, no good, but he's fouled. Well, that is textbook use of the fake from Anthony Garza. Let's watch here. And they were really sagging down on Garza, gets Alexander in the air. Doesn't get the shot to go, but does earn 2 free throws. Hits the first. Garza now with 9 in the game, along with 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Mentioned the passing of Garza. Look no further than the win at Moore Park on Saturday. 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in the game for Garza. Garza's free throw is good. 2 for 2 for Garza, who's into double figures with 10. 1 point game. Down to 11 seconds. Pirates showing pressure in the backcourt. Thompson. Bring it over the timeline. Down to 4 seconds. Thompson's pass down low. Garza gets a hand in, but it's off to Moore. The fadeaway at the buzzer. No good. Halftime from Ventura. And the Brahmas lead the Pirates 35-34 at the break here on the VC Sports Network. Start of the second half from Ventura. And the Pirates leading, or I should say trailing this one by one, 35-34 as we get set to go. The Brahmas winless on the season, looking to come to Ventura and spring the upset. And through 20 minutes, they have gotten themselves where they want to be. They are right in this one. Garza, hard drive into the lane, hangs in the air, and a blocking call. And Garza going to head to the line. And it's Thompson. We'll have this one going back. And let's watch how Garza comes right out here. And this was no doubt by design. Foul committed by Thompson, even though Williams was in the area. And Garza hits the first free throw. Pirates with a half-game lead in the Western State North over Allen Hancock at 6-2. They took the lead in the conference by virtue of that win at Moore Park on Saturday. Moore Park just a game back. So it's tightly bunched in the Western State North, and great feed to Garza. Crocker with the tremendous pass finds Garza. Pirates get three the hard way, and they take the lead here in the first minute of the second half, 37-35. Crocker and Garza, really this entire unit works so well together, so unselfish. Under head coach Joey Ramirez. Moore rises for three, around and out. Watson will track down the rebound. Well, that's a rare miss from Jason Moore here tonight. Now the Pirates can extend on the lead. You wonder what was said when the Pirates gathered at the half, down one to the winless Brahmas. And a whistle on the rebound going to go against Crocker, bodying up Jason Moore. So that'll be the first foul. Well, I guess they didn't call a foul. It looked like some contact between Crocker and Moore, but they're going to say it was just out of bounds off of Ventura, so no foul. And the Brahmas have it back, trailing by two. Thompson races into the front court. Hands to Abbott. Abbott checked by Garza. Leans over the dribble. Williams at the top of the key. Jaden Williams started the game and a short run. Moore with the fadeaway, hits it. Man. That is a shot that's near impossible to stop. Moore fades away, puts the arc on it, and that one barely moved the net. Tied at 37. Jason Moore with 12 in the game. A 3-second violation. The turnover on the Pirates gives it back. Moore with 12, Kendrick Alexander with 11. Salim and Thompson each with 5. The Pirates were led by Garza with 13, Tony and Gia with 10, and Watson and Crocker each with 5. Moore rises, shot is short. Garza tracking down the rebound, but it's out of bounds. And Crocker, or I should say Garza, unable to corral it, and it'll be a second chance for the Brahmas in a tie game. Let's watch here as Garza just has that one go off his hand. The interior feed, and Johnson able to bother the shot, come up with the rebound, but his pass tipped. Watson ends up with it. Crocker gets the roll. Crocker off the feed from Watson puts the Pirates back up to 39-37. Thompson working on Ngia. Backdoor cut in for the left. Williams lays it in. That is terrific execution in the half court. And Jaden Williams gets the layup. Tied once again. Crocker driving to the basket, and a foul. Well, again, it's the synergy with Crocker and Garza. And Garza with the handoff, and Crocker gets to the rim, lays it up and in. And now with the three-point opportunity. Crocker's got 7. Make it 8. The Pirate lead is 3. Early stages of the second half. Of course, the Pirate men, it's a similar situation as to what we were talking about in the women's game earlier tonight. That regular season finale at Allen Hancock, and right now it's the Bulldogs a half game back in the standings on the men's side at 6-2. And that game is obviously going to have a lot of importance toward what would be yet another conference championship under head coach Joey Ramirez, but also, again, the Pirates eyeing not just a postseason run. Williams down low working on Garza, missed the layup, but an offensive rebound for Abbott. His fadeaway rims off. Garza will track down the rebound. But the Pirates, again, not simply looking ahead to the postseason, but the possibility of hosting one or more games. And a conference championship, you got to believe, would be part of sewing that up. So that regular season finale will be big at both ends of the doubleheader. Watson fakes, now drives. Pass off to Garza and a blocking call. Will go against Abbott. Watch here. Well, shielded off a little bit, so I didn't really see it as Abbott is sent sprawling. Still picks up the foul. It's his second. Pirates will bring it in. Johnson lost the handle, and Abbott has the steal. Not a lot of minutes for Kai Johnson here tonight. And he coughs it up here. Moore, checked by Garza. Near steal for Johnson. Shot clock at 15. They lob for Abbott, but Watson fronting the post. 2-on-2 as Watson brings it over the line. Tries to drop it down low and a kick ball by Thompson with 15:53 remaining. Pirates will bring it in. Plenty of time on the shot clock at 26. Looking for Crocker, I should say, and G on the cut, but the Brahmas are there. They have the steal. 2-on-1 back the other way. The layup up and good for Thompson. Thompson gets the Brahmas back within 1. JT Thompson now with 5. Long 3 for Johnson around and out. Rebound on the floor, and Gia lays it in off the feed from Garza. Another great pass from Anthony Garza. 30-second timeout, and we'll take you back to Garza getting on the offensive glass, and then the great court vision hooks the pass to Ngia. Pirates with a 4-point lead, and if memory serves, this is the largest for the Pirates here tonight. 4th assist for Anthony Garza to lead the Pirates. Well, I misspoke. It's 44-41. I lost a point in there somewhere. So the Pirate lead is 3.
Now to the game for Ventura, number 11, Michael Naloe.
Nuloe checks in. So it's Garza, Nuloe, and Crocker up front, with Ngia and Watson in the backcourt for the Pirates. Pirates showing pressure as they get it into Jaden Williams. The freshman JT Thompson leans over the dribble. Off to Moore. Nuloe on him. Fade away from Moore, rims no good. The rebound to Garza. Well, Nuloe is as strong a one-on-one defender as the Pirates have. And Gia weaves into the lane. Teardrop won't go. Offensive rebound for Crocker. The follow is no good, but a foul called. So Crocker continues to work the offensive glass. Pirates trying to will themselves to a lead sheer effort already in this second half. Seen a more concerted effort to make hard drives to the basket. More offensive rebounding. As this Brahma team has come to play here tonight. And when we talk with Charles White, I mentioned as I looked at the stats for the season and looked at some of the recent games that this was clearly a team that, despite the record, 0-24 on the season, had clearly not given up on the season. And they continue to battle. And this is one of the tougher places to come and play. Garza with the steal. 3-on-2, and Gia to the basket. Layup no good, but a foul called. So Garza, with the pressure, gets the steal. Kendrick Alexander checks in for the Brahmas. As Tony and Gia hits the first. And Gia's got 12. Pirates here in the men's game, similar to what we saw earlier tonight in the women's game, absolutely dominating on the boards. 30-12, the rebounding edge for Ventura. And where would they be without that? The Pirates have a 7-point lead, which is their largest. Thompson, picked up by Garza. Abbott up top. Where will the Brahmas go? They could use a hoop. Alexander, Crocker on him, rises from 15. It's short, and Crocker has the rebound. Chance for the Pirates to extend on the lead. And Gia driving on Williams, high off the glass. Looked like some contact and no foul called. Williams might have gotten away with one, but Gia with the finish anyway. And the Pirate lead is now 9 as Watson commits the foul on the baseline. Let's watch here. This will come at you, and we'll get a pretty good look from this angle. Well, I think that's a good call, and it was Glisson. Excuse me, I believe I said Williams, but Tyler Glisson. And Glisson does a good job not picking up the foul. But Gia still gets the finish, and the Pirate lead is 9. Thompson off to Moore. Back to the fadeaway, around and out, and off to Garza. Crocker down low, softly off the glass. Another feed from Garza. Pirates on an 11-0 run. Finally, perhaps, gaining control of this one. Abbott has his pocket picked by Watson, ahead to Nuloe. Off to Crocker down the lane, lays it up and in. Timeout, Pierce. Ventura out in front by 13, 54-41, 13:03 remaining in the game here on the VC Sports Network. Pirates on a run, have the lead up to 13 at 54-41. Brahmas will bring it in with Tyler Glisson, JT Thompson, Gabe Abbott, Kendrick Alexander, and Jason Moore on the floor. Pirates showing full court pressure. And just left to the lane, the ball knocked out of bounds as Thompson lost control, but it will stay with Pierce. Crocker, Garza, Nuloe, Johnson, and Ngia on the floor for Ventura. 13-point lead. The shot short. Alexander has the rebound, near steal, but he keeps it, and now a whistle off the ball. They bring on Marcos Ramonte, and Marcos Ramonte on for maybe the first time tonight. And our apologies, we'll try to adjust the camera for you. And we've got it. So Ramonte, well, I'm not sure we saw him in the first half. Checks in as Charles White looking for something to get the Brahmas back on track. Meanwhile, the interior feed to Alexander off his hands and out of bounds. So the turnover will give it back to Ventura. And the Pirates, for maybe the first time tonight, on a run. They'll look to extend. Johnson, Garza goes glass, around and in. So Garza gets the roll. The Pirate run continues, 56-41. Glisson for the Brahmas, shot clock at 17. It's been quite a while since we've seen a bucket for the Brahmas. Pirate defense has tightened. From the elbow, Abbott's shot is good. So Gabe Abbott finally breaks the run. Pirates maintain the 13-point lead. Abbott, another interesting story, and Charles White talking about his relationship with Gabe Abbott. Said that he was always on Gabe Abbott to rebound harder. Wanted to get more rebounding out of him, and said that it was only midway through the season and well into the conference schedule that he looked and realized that Gabe Abbott, at just under 6 rebounds a game, was among the leaders in the conference in rebounding. But never satisfied, he just altered his message to young Gabe Abbott and said, just keep working on your rebounding and maybe you can get up to 10 a game. So Gabe Abbott will still have to battle for Charles White, but has had a solid sophomore campaign for the Brahmas. 56-43. Abbott backs off from Garza and hits the shot from 18. That is pretty from Gabe Abbott. Couple of buckets for Abbott to help at least somewhat taper off this run for the Pirates, who still lead it by 11. Abbott still on the dribble. Back outside to Thompson. Well, the Brahmas still have time. Winding down to 10:30 to go in the ball game. Thompson driving on Johnson, goes to the left-handed scoop. And a nice response from the Brahmas after the Pirates push the lead to 15. A quick 6-0 run to get it back to 9. Timeout Ventura with 10:25 remaining in the ball game, and the Pirates leading it by 9. Pirates will work at the length of the court, leading it by 9, 56-47. Pirates push the lead to 15 at one point, but the Brahmas have tightened it to 9 midway through this second half. Crocker off to Nuloe. So Joey Ramirez sticks with the same lineup with Ngia and Johnson in the backcourt. Garza, Nuloe, and Crocker up front. Shot clock at 11. Johnson, Garza in the high post, and the foul committed by Rumante. And for Rumante, that'll be his first, but it'll be the 7th on Pierce. Oh, all right, they're going to say it's the 6th. Okay, so the 6th team foul. So now the Pirates are shooting free throws the rest of the way. And Gio will bring it in, foul line extended left. And Gio around to Garza screen. And a little push in the back. This time it's Abbott, and Garza's going to head to the line for free throws. Anthony Garza already 5 of 9 from the line tonight, and back for a 1-and-1. I'd like to see Garza hit a couple here. Quell the brief Pierce run before it really gets legs, and he hits the first. So one more coming for Garza. That might have been a lane violation because they're going to wave off the basket. So the Brahmas with a chance to continue the run. Alexander off to Salim. So Salim checks in for the first time here in the second half. Rumante's 3 in and out. Halfway down for Rumante. That would have been a big one for the Brahmas. Might have gotten the back within 6. Crocker at the foul line is fouled. It's going to be a reach on Rumante. Rumante's second. Yeah, Rumante in the first matchup between these two teams came off the bench and scored 11 points and had 3 threes. So he was a bright spot for the Brahmas in that first matchup that was all Ventura. Crocker hits the first free throw. Pirates push it out to double digits as Thompson returns replacing Salim. So a short stint for Salim in the game. And now Crocker readies the second free throw. In and out. Moore battling for the rebound and has it. Jason Moore, an interesting story as well. Came to Pierce to play volleyball. Of course, Pierce, one of the power volleyball programs in the 3C2A, and Moore certainly a great prospect in that program, and Charles White talked about his ability. You could see it on the volleyball court. Can just leap out of the gym, and we've seen that in this matchup here tonight, and how difficult it is to defend the jumper and particularly the fadeaway from Moore with the elevation that he gets. The shot is bordering on unblockable, and when he's feeling it, he'll knock that shot down. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. And so Jason Moore made the switch to basketball, and understandably was a little raw at first last year as a freshman, but has really improved by leaps and bounds in this his sophomore year. I asked if he had fully made the switch to basketball, and Charles White said, no, not really. The volleyball team is still trying to get him to come back. So they're still interested in getting Jason Moore back there if they can, and why not? So for now, still playing basketball, but that volleyball team still has their eye on him, trying to get him back on the court. 10-point lead for the Pirates. Johnson for 3, rimming no. And the rebound off to Abbott. And the Brahmas hanging around, down 10. Abbott into the front court, drives on Garza, and a foul called. Garza with the block, but Abbott going to head to the line for a couple of free throws with 8:30 to go.
That's his first personal foul, third team foul.
First on Garza.
At the line,
Abbott, a 77% foul shooter, averaging just under 10 points a game on the season. He's picked up the scoring slightly in conference play. Hits the first free throw. One more coming. Well, this one is just close enough if you're a Pirate fan to make you a little nervous. Brahmas still within 8 with 8:30 remaining. Nuloe off to Johnson. Garza down low. Out of the double team, and Gia open for 3, no good. Moore tips the rebound outside and corrals. Thompson waves off the screen. Going to work on Nuloe, and Nuloe with the block. Terrific defense by Michael Nuloe, and go back to our conversation with Joey Ramirez. And said Nuloe is one player on this team that can defend all 5 positions. And that is his role, certainly for this team, is to match up. Does the job on the drive by Thompson. Crocker with the steal. Crocker in all alone. He'll lay it in. So Crocker, defense to offense with the steal and the layup. And the Pirate lead back to 10. Thompson. Werner on for the Brahmas. High screen from Alexander. They go to the pick and roll. They lob for Alexander down low. Good feed inside. Williams with the layup. Dominic Williams gets the basket. And the Brahmas within 8. Garza guarded by Werner on the drive, and a reach-in foul on Werner. This is good recognition by Garza as Werner overcommits. Defensively trying to challenge the shot, and Garza able to put it on the floor and go by him. And again, Joey Ramirez talked about Garza, of course, a guy with a lot of talent coming to this program, but he has been a tireless worker for this Pirate squad and has been focused from the moment he got here on developing his game. And you can see how much that's been the case, because Garza is a guy who is hardly reliant on one way to impact the game. He can rebound, he can pass, he can shoot from outside, he can score close to the basket. Just a tremendously diverse game. Meanwhile, Salim fouled by Ngia. Under 7 minutes to go. For Ngia, it's his second foul. It's the 5th on the Pirates. And they'll work on the floor. So Salim, Werner, Dominic Williams, Jason Moore, Kendrick Alexander on the floor for the Brahmas. And now Werner will move and take this inbounds pass. They get it to Salim up top, and Gia on him. Shot clock at 13. Salim Working on Crocker. Outside to Moore, comes up shooting from the elbow and hitting. And there's the leaping ability. I mean, Nuloe is a tremendously athletic and long defender. And he could scarcely bother that shot in the least with the elevation that Moore gets. And he knocks it down. Garza finds a cutting in Gia, looking for Crocker, down low and one. Great execution in the half court once again for the Pirates. And Gia, they bring the double, finds Crocker. Williams arrives a little late, and Crocker gets the shot up and in. And Crocker will head to the line looking for the three-point play. Meanwhile, Crocker, somewhat quietly, now the leading scorer for the Pirates in the game. Short with the free throw, but he's got 19 in the game, 7 of 8 from the floor. Well, when these teams met about a month ago, it was Garza who went 11 for 12 from the floor. Now it's his frontline mate, Crocker, who's 7 of 8 tonight from the floor. Moore fouled on the drive. Third on Nuloe. And Jason Moore will head to the line. Moore overall scoring a 12.3 a game, but in conference play, that number is 16.6. Hits the first free throw. 71% foul shooter. 2 for 2 for Moore. Still an 8-point game. Garza fans it outside. And in from the right, the layup up and good. Landro Tate coming off the bench for the first time tonight in the latter stages of the second half. Gets the layup. Meanwhile, Salim answers back on the other side. 65-57. Brahma still within 8. An interesting move going to Landro Tate for the first time tonight, but immediately comes in and makes a contribution. Gets the layup and a timeout. Joey Ramirez wants to talk it over. Step aside, 5:13 remaining in the ballgame. The Pirates with the 8-point lead. Nuloe will bring it in. Tate feeds Garza. He wanted Nuloe on the baseline cut, but a whistle and a foul called. So go against the Brahmas. And Garza will head back to the line. He spent a fair amount of time there tonight. 7 of 11 from the line. Garza was 17 in the game. to go along with 9 rebounds and 5 assists. And the Pirates just trying to hold off the Brahmas. 66-57. The lead is 9 as Garza stares down a second free throw and hits. 67-57. Pirates again will bring the full court pressure as they get it into Abbott. Abbott breaks the press himself, leaves it for Thompson. Outside to Alexander, comes up shooting from the top of the key and rattles it home. Now the Brahmas show pressure as Tate gets it off to Crocker. Good feed for Nuloe. Back to a 10-point game. Salim. Near steal. Garza in a crowd. Gets the layup to go. Under 4 minutes to go. And the Pirate lead back to 9. Abbott against the pressure. Might have gotten away with a travel. Great block by Nuloe. And Gia into the front court. Well, Nuloe has had the near nightmare assignment of dealing with Jason Moore in this second half, but he has come up with a couple of big defensive plays. Crocker open for 3. It's short. Garza flies in for the rebound and is able to save. Shot clock at 8. It doesn't reset. And Gia comes up shooting. Rimming no. Moore has that one tipped free by Tate, but off to Salim. Salim jets in from the left. Garza bothers the shot. It's on the floor. Salim has it. Another chance. Alexander's shot in and out. Rebound to Garza. Under 3 minutes to go. Garza will hold in the backcourt. Now he's fouled. Pierce going to take a timeout. Charles White will talk it over. 2:54 remaining in the ball game. Ventura with a 9-point lead. It's Ventura College basketball on the VC Sports Network. Garza will head back to the line. Teams trading baskets over the last several minutes, and that's been enough for the Pirates, who at one point led by 15, but really the Brahmas have been in this one from the very start and have hung around in this one, showing a lot of determination and a tough assignment. Garza hits the first free throw. He's got 21 to go along with 11 rebounds and 5 assists. And he has been outstanding against the Brahmas this season, going back to the first matchup between these two teams when he had 24. Gets the roll on the second, 73-62. Pirates with the 11-point lead. Thompson will peel out, starts a baseline drive, gets it to Alexander, hangs in the other shot off the back iron. Garza rips down another board. And now the Pirates starting to close in on this one. Looking to maintain the lead in the Western State North. Trying to get it to 8-2. They'll be back in action Saturday here on the VC Sports Network against Santa Barbara. And then the big matchup with Allen Hancock next week. Regular season finale. That'll be up at Allen Hancock College. I'll check some of the scores from around the Western State North before we sign off. Down to 2 minutes to go. Moore driving on Garza. A foul before the shot, I believe. This will be on Garza. It's the second on Garza. It's the 6th on Ventura. Non-shooting foul. See if we have a score from the Western State North. Salim with the shot clock at 9. Driving on Tate with the scoop, 73-64. And Gia over the line. And Gia around to Garza, screen, hangs in the air, goes glass. Pretty finish from Tony and Gia. And this has been pretty much the pattern of the last several minutes. Pirate lead has stayed at about 9 to 11 points. Long three comes up short, and as we wind down to a minute to go, the Pirates look as though they are going to hold on here at home.
Substitution timeout, Ventura.
We'll have a substitution.
Into the game for Ventura, number 44, Jerome Bidlow, and number 13, Landro Tate.
Cuesta, big win at home against Oxnard, 88-55.
1 minute remaining in regulation.
Under a minute. Moore Park and Allen Hancock. And Moore Park has the 9-point lead at Allen Hancock. So the Pirates might increase the lead atop the Western State North. Moore's three in and out. And Nuloe has the rebound down to 35 seconds. Down to about a minute to go, I should say, at Allen Hancock. So the Raiders going to keep pace with the Pirates just a game back, and they're going to move into second if they hold on. Bidlow for three to put an exclamation point on it. Jerome Bidlow from the corner, 78-64. The Pirates with a 14-point lead. Salim for three. It's short. Crocker has the rebound. He will dribble it out. It's a final from Ventura. The Pirates survive a tough bid from the Brahmas, who gave them a battle here tonight, but come up short. Pirates hold serve at home, a 78-64 win. They complete the doubleheader sweep. The women win big earlier tonight as well. Moving into second place in the Western State North, the Pirate men stay atop the Western State North with a win here by 14. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network, thanks so much for joining us. Reminder, we'll be back on Saturday. Santa Barbara comes to Ventura. Doubleheader action will get going at 5 o'clock here on the VC Sports Network. Until then, so long, everybody. We'll see you Saturday.